Good morning. So last night I took my UCard from United Healthcare. They sent me a card, and because I'm dirt poor, I get a huge food benefit, over the counter they call it. So I could use it on medical supplies, utilities for the house, but I don't have any utility bills, just my internet, and that's only $20 a month now. It isn't great internet. It's very, very slow. Sometimes when I'm streaming something, the little circle will start going. It doesn't last long, thank God. And for $20 a month, I'll be patient. It's cheaper than what I was paying when they had that affordable internet thing going on. Of course, Ukraine won our money and they took the free internet. Well, it wasn't free, it was $25 a month. They took that away. But Spectrum kind of like rose to the occasion, and you can get very slow internet for 20 a month. Yeah. So I only have my phone and my laptop in the household, so it works. So I took my U card, and I was nervous. I'm like, okay, it's the first time I'm using this. Is it really going to work? How do I know what foods? So the app for United, they have a little app. I go into the Lordy, this was awful. I go into the Publix, I grab my scooter, I pull out my phone and I open up the app because you can scan the foods to make sure that they're covered. I forgot my password. I couldn't get into it. And it was slower than molasses because I'm using the data from the ionosphere, whatever the heck you want to call it. It wasn't on Wi-Fi. It was like free flowing Wi-Fi. What do they call it when it's just your phone, whatever they provide, data? That's how I know it. And so I'm using the whatever it is, and it's so slow. So I try to change the password, and it didn't work. And then I tried it again, and it didn't work. And it was so slow and aggravating. I'm sitting in front of the plums because I want plums. And speaking of which, one of them is very ripe, but I'm going to eat that one this morning. Oh, guys. So I said, okay, I'm just going to put the food in my cart that I know I wanted to get here, and I'm going to have to wing it and hope. Because supposedly the app knows, or the card knows, if your food is good food or bad food. That is what they tell you. I would learn it depends on the store. So I go through Publix, I get everything I wanted out of produce. I have this lovely container of cut up fruit. I wasn't sure that would pass, but it did, because it's pre-cut and everything. And it was on sale, so I bought it, and I got the plums, which were not on sale. $2.49 a pound. Highway robbery. It's in season. They should be 99 a pound. Ooh. And peaches were the same price, and I wanted both. I got 6 of each, and then I got that big round of fruit because I'm a fruit eater. I just love fruit. Okay, and so I got everything there. I bought a bag of potatoes. Wait a minute. I have it right here. I got a big bag of pecan halves, walnuts, shelled. I got the peaches. I got the red plums. I got 1 cucumber. I got that mixed fruit salad. And I bought a bottle of kefir. Yes. Because I'm trying to heal my gut microbiome. We'll talk about that another time. I got a package of uncured beef hot dogs because I've been dying for a hot dog. I did not buy rolls. I can use the Nature's Own bread. They call it wheat, but it isn't. So then for me, oh, this was so much fun. I mean, I'm scared at the same time because I'm like, oh gosh, is this gonna pass? Is it gonna pay for it? Am I gonna have to be embarrassed at the, what they call it, conveyor belt? Am I gonna have to be embarrassed at the cashier when she says, oh, it won't cover this? So, I'm buying this stuff and I'm like, okay, don't get too much, just get so much and then see what happens. So I got a top sirloin steak, grouper fillets that were frozen, shrimp, also frozen, a New York strip steak, a ribeye steak. It was cheaper than the sirloin. It was on sale. I got a couple packages of lamb chops and a big package of chicken drumsticks, which is in the fridge, and I need to wash them and baggie them so that I have like 4 at a time, because I can eat about 4 drumsticks in a sitting. They're about 60 calories each if you just bake or boil them. And so yeah, that's about 240 in protein, for a meal. And so that's what I bought, and believe it or not, it came to $165.80. So I get to she was such a sweet little cashier. Oh, the bagger was just so nasty. I didn't like her at all. She has such an attitude. But you know what? I'm going to tell you something. Young girl, she's probably going through hell. I've learned, and so I was just very cordial and joking around in my scooter, and she says, do you need help out? And I'm like, yeah, I could. And then she tried to get someone else. I said, no. I said, don't go out of your way. I can do it on my own, really. And so she came anyway. And, she just had a angry face, and so sad. And she did smile once when I said, don't worry about banging the door. This thing's older than dirt, about my van. She smiled at that, and the other girl laughed that was with her. They had to drive the scooter back in. But what was I going to say? So I said to the cute little register girl, the one on the register, I said, I've never used this card before. I know nothing about it. I don't know how you're supposed to scan it, and I don't even know if this food will pass. I said, but can we try? And so the other girl said, it's fine. And so, the angry girl, it's fine. She was bagging. I think she was like kind of a semi-manager or something. So, yeah, everything went through, and I give her the card, and she scans it with the scanner. And it went through. And I have this big crap-eating grin on my face. I'm like, oh my God, I have meat, chicken, lamb, fish. I don't believe this, I'm thinking in my head, And I just happily going back in my scooter to the van, and the girls behind me. And they put it in, and she banged my door, and I don't care. And it was on the cart, I do it all the time personally, but and then I just was in euphoria. I couldn't believe it. I still have 104 something left in UCard benefits. But I'd like to say I have a freezer full of protein, but I gotta tell you, it's expensive, and it did not fill anything. I still have a ton of room left. I have room enough for another $165 and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty shocking. I mean, I don't usually get to shop like that. And I just threw it in the cart, I'm like, okay, let's see, there's $12 here and $13 there, and this one's $15. And I just, threw it in, knowing that, I'm not going to spend $285 in one sitting. But boy, I got close at 165, don't you think? Wow. So that was fun. And I still have 105 to spend. I'm not sure what I'm going to spend it on. I was kind of thinking of going to Walmart and maybe buying things like some canned goods, some rice, some things for emergencies. Because you just never know. In this crazy world. Oh no. Hang on, guys. It looks like my AC is leaking. Again. No, no, no. At least it didn't get my rug this time. I'll be right back. I'm going to have to keep my eye on that because it looks like the leak is farther back in the unit. It was closer to the front before, and I just put my little plastic bin under it, but that doesn't seem to be where it's leaking. Maybe I better get a old towel and put that on the floor to try to absorb some of what's, and I pulled my jute rug back because it's already taken a beating from the last time. Look, you gotta take it with a grain of salt, you know, nothing's ever perfect. The great news for me is it's not gonna cost me a thing to fix it. Yay. So, yeah, back to my UCard. I'm just elated and pleased. And then I'm thinking of buying things that I would eat in an emergency straight out of the can. You know, maybe some asparagus, some green beans. I could get the little cans of potatoes. What else? Maybe some spaghetti and meatballs from, you know, Chef Boyardee. I know it's not good food. There's that chicken and dumplings in a can. I love chicken. It's going to be so salty. Ugh. But, you know, just thinking, you know, or maybe stuff I could doctor up. Like get some low sodium soups. And then when you need to use them before expiration, you can add stuff in it like noodles and more meat. I mean, you could use it as a base to make something less salty. Mercy. And then, you know, maybe some canned tuna, canned chicken, things that I could just mix with mayo, you know, depending on how severe a disaster, because I mean, like, yeah, I'm a little worried about these aggressive countries that are angry with us. I'm a little nervous about war. Can I be honest? Not to like go off on a tangent when we're trying to talk about the UCard, but you know, I have that extra money now, and why not spend it on some preps? You know, I was a serious prepper, guys. I had enough food for a family of 5 for, I think, 5 years. Yeah, I really did. I had 50-pound bags of hard red wheat and rye and oh my gosh, it was brown rice, and there was organic corn. It was non-GMO. I actually was able to find it, and I bought it from my seed and feed store, gigantic bags. And then I had a bunch of number 10 canned stuff from Shelf Reliance. They're a Mormon company in Utah, I think. Wow. I had cheese, I had turkey, beef, chicken. I had, this was all in cans. You know, my kids still have some of it. I gave a lot of it away, but I kept some for emergencies, and I did call the company. I said, hey, you know, this stuff has been in some really hot temperatures. Do you think it might have survived it? She said, the only way to know is you open the can and smell it and taste it. If it doesn't taste or smell right, don't use it. So I guess you can't get botulism or anything, you know, things you can't smell or taste. It scares me, though. That food's old. It's supposed to be good for 25 years in 70-degree temperatures. Not in 140, 150 in storage where it is right now. And you're not supposed to have food in storage, but it's all canned, you know, freeze-dried canned. And I've never seen any indication that rats or cockroaches have ever been around the boxes, because not only are they canned in tin cans, they're also in sealed boxes, never opened, you know. I remember I gave a bunch of it to a food bank down here. Yeah, because I didn't have room for it, you know. What was I supposed to do with it? And then I gave some to my kids, and 5 years for 5 people. There was a lot of food there, okay? And I talked about this once before. I gave all of the big bags of grains and stuff to a friend with chickens. Chicken. And he said, I'll just feed the brown rice to the chickens. They'll love it. And, the corn and stuff. So, yeah. I was glad to be able to help. So, yeah. And, it was thousands and thousands of dollars. I probably spent $8,000 on those preps. But now, that would be probably 3 times what it cost me then. And there's so many shortages with number 10 cans now. You can't always find what you want. I've looked online to see what's available. Not much. Not like those days. Back in the Obama days. Obama. Yeah, anyway, so what else can I talk about? Happy to have a freezer with lots of meats because I used everything that was in there because I just couldn't afford anything else, I used every bit of meat that was in there. I hadn't bought meat in a while. When did I last buy that turkey breast? It's been sitting in the freezer at least 3 months, I think. And I haven't wanted to use it because it's a lot of turkey. And then, what do you do with it? Ooh, you know what I'd like? I'd like turkey pie. Ooh, that would be good. I just made a beef soup, as you saw on my short, if you saw it. And that was good. That was good, but I don't think I'm going to eat the last of it. It just, you get sick of it. And I don't feel like freezing it. It's not enough. It's about a cup left, and I'm like, eh. So I'm going to just drain it out and throw the food in a bag and tie it up and head for the garbage. And that's not always easy on me either, but I'm trying to eat less wheat. Sometimes I get hungry, so I grab a piece of bread. That's not eating less wheat. Well, you know what I mean. But, and I also have some low-fat wheat thins in the fridge. I have to keep everything in the fridge until I can get some proper tight containers so I could leave my crackers out, in a cabinet without worrying about sharing it with cockroaches, I mean, it's not like they're running all over the place. Let's see. I've seen 2 dead in the hall at different times. One sat in the hall a very long time because the poor handyman is so busy with other, repairs that he can't get to the vacuuming. So he finally vacuumed it up, and that one dead cockroach and the other 2 that I saw visiting through the hall looking for a place to visit, I never saw those 2 again. Maybe those were the 2. One was dead about 2 weeks ago, and then this current one after he vacuumed, there's another dead one, but that's because the bug guy came. He comes the second Friday of each month. And so once he comes, they all start scurrying, but it is definitely the tiny German cockroaches, and they're the worst. They proliferate way worse than the big palmetto bug, they call it. Lovely name for a hideous creature. So, yeah, and I don't like to squish them because green goo comes out of them, and it's really gross. So I usually just take my sticky trap. These things are great. They have hormones in them, like pheromones, to attract the bugs. They're like, oh, we're going to get it on. So they go running into the little box, and it's sticky. It's glue bottom, and they get stuck. Yeah. It's hideous when you pick up one of those boxes. So what I do is if I see one scattering, I just push the box near the area I last saw them, and of course they come out to get lucky. Is that stupid song? What was that song? That's a really stupid song, but anyway. Something about going out all night. We're out for fun and sun, and something about getting lucky. I don't know. But anyway, if you know that song, leave it in the comment. You know the drill. So, yeah. How long have I wasted here? Oh, I'm going on 20 minutes. I would call this a legitimate video. So I shall end it here. Thanks for watching. I think what I'm going to do next is a video on organizing my closet. I don't wanna. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Bye.